Are you looking for a new future-proof PC? Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we run that. Drop raw on the track for the comeback. Hit it like, ha, yeah, I'm on that. Hot wax on the floor, catch a contact, get 'em like, blow. Yeah, we run that. Drop raw on the track for the comeback. Hit it like, blow. Yeah, I'm on that. Hot wax on the floor, catch a contact.
Mr. HD Gamer 101 is proudly partnered with Freedom and is proudly sponsored by NoScope and G2A. Make sure to check all the links in the description below to learn more. Hey guys, what's up? It's Mr. HD Gamer 101 here, back with another video. This time it is not a montage. I really hope you guys are enjoying that. Make sure in the comments below you tell me if you guys are liking it, and if you haven't seen any of them, make sure you stick around to the super end of this video and make sure you click on one and do stuff and like it and comment and subscribe. And yeah, I'll get on with this video now. So this is a video for a future-proof, or at least for a good 5 years, computer that will be able to beat the new consoles when they come out in about 3 years, and has all the newest stuff and be able to do and be able to run next-gen games at over 100 FPS at very, very good, possibly even ultra settings. So I'm gonna get right into it. First off, this is a Intel build, so if you're an AMD fan, I guess we'll go have to find another video, or if you guys like me enough, just tell me in the comments to do a AMD one of these videos, and I will. But let's get on with this. So we have an Intel i5 6500. This is not a K version, it is not overclockable, but it does have a core speed of 3.2 gigahertz, and it will turbo. It supports DDR4 RAM, which is definitely a technology we are taking advantage of today, and it runs on the LGA 1151 socket. Brand new 6th generation Intel processors. That's about all we have to say for the processor. So going on to the motherboard, we have the Gigabyte Z170 XP-SLI. Oh, I meant to say GA before all of that. Right here. Yep. Okay. So this motherboard is a full-size ATX motherboard that has an 8-pin power for the CPU, and of course the 24-pin power over here. You have 2 USB 3.0 headers on the board, as well as 6 SATA 6 gig per second, as well as 3 SATA Express. You also have the option to go 3-way SLI or Crossfire with your graphics cards, and you have 4 DIMM slots of DDR4 memory right there at your disposal, as well as an M.2 SATA connector right there. On the back here we have our standard USB 2.0. Then you come over, you see the D-sub and the DVI. You will hopefully never have to use that. But right there, that small little USB thing, that is USB 3.1 Type-C connector. That is going to be the future of USB, and it's going to be awesome. So yeah. Then you have 4 more USB 3s back here, as well as an HDMI, gigabit LAN port, and surround sound HD audio. Here we have support for up to, oops, sorry, did not mean to say that. It supports pretty darn fast DDR4 memory right here. Ours will work no problem. We have 1 CPU fan as well as 3 system fans on here, so you won't really have to worry about running out of system fans anytime soon. So yeah, let's move on to our RAM. Here we have the Crucial 16 gigabyte kit of DDR4 memory running at 2133 megahertz. Not the super fast DDR4 RAM, you know, 31 whatever, or the 2400, but for price to performance, this 2133 is awesome. Another thing about this you may not like is it doesn't have a heat spreader, but if you look closely enough, it's the exact same RAM, and if you want a heat spreader, you're paying like $10 for it. If you want to pay an extra $10 on top of the already $750 that we are going to be spending on this, then go ahead and get yourself some heat spreaders. But really, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, come on. It looks like RAM. And it's DDR4, so it's super fast and awesome. I don't know how you can get much better than this, other than getting a little bit faster maybe, but you're not really going to see that big of a difference. So next up is our graphics card, and actually for the graphics card you have a choice of either going the GeForce GTX 960 route or going the Sapphire Radeon R9 380 route. Both of these cards have 4 GB of GDDR5 memory, so you have the same amount of memory. And really the only difference between them is the bus rate. This one right here is a 128-bit bus memory, or not memory, just it's got a 128-bit bus, and this one has a 256-bit bus, but you're not really going to see that big of a difference because of the new Intel technology that Intel has that allows them to send more information with less bus size. You're not really going to see that big of a difference. But also, me personally, I would much rather go with the Zotac GeForce GTX 960 because it has shadow play and everything. Both of them support DirectX 12, newest stuff. Memory clocks are a tiny bit different. Both are going to stay very, very cool. Now, the Zotac GeForce GTX 960 4GB is $200, and the Sapphire Radeon Nitro R9 380 is $205. But right now on Amazon, if you buy it right now, there's a $15 rebate, so you could get it for about $190 and not pay as much. So yeah, both of them, I believe, are 6-pin PCIEs. And in the future, if you wanted to make this even more future-proof and run games even better, you can get another 960 or another R9 380. And for the R9 380s, you could crossfire them. You wouldn't need a bridge. And for the GeForce GTX 960, you would need a bridge, but you could, of course, SLI them. And with this board, you could do 3 of them if you really wanted to. So, now moving on to storage. We don't have an SSD because of the graphics cards. And it's not just the graphics cards. It was the processor and motherboard. Being those together are almost $350. But remember, this is a future-proof PC for the fact that you won't need to upgrade the big main components for a long time, such as the motherboard, the processor, and the graphics cards. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't upgrade the hard drives. You should actually upgrade hard drives quite often, just so that you don't have old hard drives sitting in your system waiting to fail. So this one is a Seagate 1TB hard drive that I have a 4TB, the 4TB version of this one in my computer. But this is all you really will need. I do a lot more video editing and more stuff than just YouTube, so I need the huge storage. And we do not have an SSD for this, but you could get a 250 SSD for about $50, maybe even less now. I think it's more like 40. And just pick that up, especially if you go with the AMD card and you get that rebate. You would have a lot more money to spend. And really, that's something you could upgrade down the road, and you wouldn't need to upgrade the 1TB for quite a little bit. Quite a little bit? That makes sense. I meant quite a bit. Really an 8TB drive. Alright, moving on to our power supply. We have the EVGA 500 watt 80 plus. This is 80 plus bronze, I believe. It just says 80 plus, so it may not be a bronze, but 500 watts is all we will need for these graphics cards and this entire build. You really do not need more. One of the things that I see a lot of people doing is they're spending a crap ton of money on a power supply that they're not even going to be using half of. Like, my computer has a 725 watt power supply, and I am not using half of that right now. But the way I did that was to be future-proof to a point because I didn't have much money to spend on my computer. So I really wanted that headroom in for a super high-end graphics card. I don't have that yet, but eventually I will. This one is already set to be future-proof. So it's already got the 500 watt power supply. Oops. Sorry about that. And you will need to, you won't really need to upgrade the power supply. And if you do, and if you want to go ahead and get the 725 or 750, that is fine with me. By all means, go do it. But this is really all you will need for this system. Like, ever. So yeah. But the last item is the coolest thing I've ever done in one of these builds, and that is getting an awesome case. I've never really done one where it has a super awesome case, except for maybe my $1,000 gaming PC build from like 2013, 3 years ago. Yeah. this is an awesome case. This is the Thermaltake Versa N21. And, you know, it's got that long, complicated number there. But it's pretty awesome. It only comes with one fan, I believe. The back fan, but, you know, front 120mm fans are not expensive. It is, of course, a full ATX case. It's got a build in it right here. You have, of course, the 3 5¼ inch bays. You got 2 3.5 right there, and another 3 3.5 or 2.5 inch bays right there. Your, of course, bottom mounted power supply. You have room for a bunch of radiators in this. Let's see, it says right here somewhere. I can't find it, but there it has support for a dual 120 and a dual 140, I believe. Either one of those two, not both of them. And for the front I/O, we where is it? There it is. We have 2 USB 2.0s and a USB 3.0, as well as, of course, front panel audio, our power and reset switches. This case, I think, is a pretty awesome looking case, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, that's pretty much the build, guys. Of course, if you want to see me actually build these computers, make sure you talk to me in the comments below or private message me, and we can talk about it. And if you would like to give me a donation to help me do this, that would be awesome. Of course, probably $750 is a lot for any one person, especially a small channel like me, to build something like this. But, you know, just $5 or something. And if you get enough people to do it, $5 will turn into $500, and I'll be able to do this. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Go ahead and check out my montages and, of course, the other computer builds. I don't have a lot of them being updated right now. I think the $400 build is the newest one I have. So, you know, 2 different sides of the spectrum. This computer will be totally future-proof for quite a while. So, yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.